Hey guys, after I did my unboxing video of my new DUO 8-quart Instant Pot, I got a few comments from you guys. Several of you mentioned that your Instant Pot, you ordered the same one that I did and it looks different and there are some differences, and I did some research and I wanted to clarify what is going on with the differences in the Instant Pots. So from the research I have done, basically there are 3 versions of the Instant Pot 6-quart Duo, and there are 2 versions of the Instant Pot 8-quart Duo, and that's because the 6-quart Duo came out first, and that was version 1, and then when version 2 of the 6-quart Duo came out, it was the same time that the 8-quart Duo came out. So the version 2 of the 6-quart and the version 1 of the 8-quart are very, very similar. Basically, the only difference is the size. And then now the version 3 of the 6-quart and the version 2 of the 8-quart are very, very similar, just the difference in size. So what happened was the Instant Pot I received that I ordered on Black Friday is a version 1, so the older version of the 8-quart, and a lot of you guys are receiving the version 2 of the 8-quart. So that is why you'll notice there's some differences in the buttons and the display, and then some of you have mentioned that the inner pot doesn't have any measurement markings. And in this video I just wanted to real quick go over the changes in the keypad so it will cut out any confusion that you guys might be having. So what it looks like to me is that all of the buttons here up at in the top portion are all the same. They've just kind of rearranged the bottom buttons and renamed a couple of things. The main thing to be aware of is that on the version 1, there's a button that says manual, and they switched that to a pressure cook button that they put on the bottom right hand side. They switched the keep warm button up to here. And then they just renamed a couple things, like they changed pressure to pressure adjust, and I believe the timer to delay start. But besides that, all of the controls do the same things. They just kind of rearranged them and renamed them. The other difference is with the display. When the cook time is counting down, instead of just being the number of minutes, it has the zeros and the colon. So that's pretty simple. It just looks a little different, but it works the same way. So if you have one of the version 2s of the 8-quart or the version 3s of the 6-quart Duos, just be aware that when recipes call for pressing the manual button, that you're going to want to press the pressure cook button. And usually if it's not defined in a recipe, you assume that they mean high pressure. If they say hit manual, it means they want you to be on high pressure. If they want you to be on low pressure, they will tell you low pressure specifically. I know I use the manual button almost all the time on my recipes. I very rarely use any of these presets, except for the steam. Most of these presets, except for the steam, do the same thing. It's just the option of being able to have a time amount that's logged in. Like if you usually cook your soups for 25 minutes, then you can just press that and 25 will pop up and you can store that number of minutes. But as far as the actual cooking process, most of them are the same. I think the 2 that are not are steam and rice, which is a fully automated program. So I hope that clears up any confusion for you. If you do have one of the newer versions and you've noticed another difference that I didn't mention, please put it down in the comments below and we can learn from each other there. I was a little bit bummed that I didn't get one of the newer versions because I would love to be able to show you guys, and of course you always want the newest and the best, but I am happy to have the version 1 because it matches my 6-quart, and so all my buttons are the same as on my 6-quart. So I'm happy with it, but I'm sure the version 2 is wonderful as well, and hopefully what they've done with the buttons will cut down on some confusion. I know there was a lot of confusion with some of these buttons. The adjust and the pressure and the timer. It was a little confusing. So hopefully that will help cut down on any confusion. The main thing to take away is if a recipe calls for manual, then use the pressure cook button on the version 2. I hope that was helpful, and I will be back again soon.